Welcome to Real Dead.
Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Mike.
Hey, and this is Josh, and we are
Real
Dead.
Dead.
And today we're going to be kind of talking about a movie that I didn't know what to expect about, and Mike didn't either. We actually have never saw this movie, and it kind of sparked our interest because a new installment in this series just came out, Insidious: The Red Door. So we're like, hey, let's go back and watch the original Insidious. I've always heard a lot of good things about this movie, actually. But you know, let's see what we found out about it. But it did come out in 2010. It is rated PG-13, which I do not like. But I like my horror movies to be R, Mike. I don't know about you, but I like my horror movies to be R rated. That's just me. You know, I'm old school. I like a rated R horror movie. Yeah, so it's Insidious. And what's the rating on this one, Mike? I mean, what did Rotten Tomatoes give this one?
Oh, you want to see the Rotten Tomatoes score? Let me throw it up real quick. I was getting ready to do the synopsis, but we'll do that in a second.
Whoops.
So we got a 66 from the tomato meter and a 62 from the audience, which is not too bad from the audience.
I mean, I would say it's better than average by this rating, by both, wouldn't you?
I think this is one of those movies that has kind of like a not a true cult following, but a semi-cult following where people either love these movies or they hate them.
Right. So yeah, the
rating
give the
is synopsis real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and give that to us, Mike.
So it says a family looks to prevent evil spirits from trapping their comatose child in a realm called the Further. A gripping story of a family in search of help for their son Dalton, who fell into a coma after a mysterious incident in the attic. Little do they know that there is much more to the endless sleep than meets the eye as they explore the paranormal and rediscover the past. The key is getting their son back once and for all.
Yeah, I did. There's. I don't know if you want to go into what we liked and what we didn't like, Mike. We can kind of discuss that. I mean, this had some good things in it, Mike, for sure. I mean, I don't know if you agree with me. I'm going to go into some things that I like, Mike. You can feel free to comment if you liked it too. But I would say the first 20, 25 minutes of this movie, maybe even 30 minutes of this movie, was solid. I mean, this was a solid beginning of this movie. Some pretty kind of creepy things happen in this movie. There's a part where like things are starting to happen there at the house, and the mother's there, and all of a sudden they have a baby, and she hears things coming over the baby monitor. And, you know, and it's a voice, and it's just creepy as hell, Mike. And that is one. And then there's another part where they're in the house, and the dad runs downstairs because the alarm's going off, and the front door's just wide open. And it's just like an eerie feeling because it's totally dark downstairs. You don't know if there's someone in the house or not. That was a creepy part. And then there's another part, like I would say probably one of the first jump scares in the movie. It might not be the first, but it's one of the first. There's this part where they go to check on the baby at the beginning, and there's this figure standing behind the crib, and it's like kind of shocking at first. Those are the good things that I'll say about the movie. I will say that I did like the twist in the movie, not the twist, but like the revelation that they had where the father actually suffered from the same thing that the son did, where you can astral project, which means like when you're sleeping, you can leave your body and travel to different dimensions and stuff like that. And the father actually had the same thing, but we don't find that out until like more than half the movie.
10 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I would say at least more than half the movie's over that we don't find that out. But I thought that was an all right twist. And I would say the main bad guy, which is like the evil devil, I can't remember what his name is. Was creepy looking at
Fireman or Fireman or something.
Right, but once you see him a couple times, that's gone. I mean, once you first see him, you're like, whoa. But then after that, it's like, I saw him too much. But what are some things that you like, Mike?
I think you hit it all.
Did I?
So I thought this is what you're probably getting a vibe if you're watching this that maybe we didn't like it as much as some people like it, but This movie, what bothered me more about this movie than anything is it started out very strong. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
give the first 30 minutes of it, first half of the movie, first third of the movie, a solid A. Setting up the storyline. I love jump scares. The jump scares were great. That face in the window when she went in to see the baby, and I mean, she woke up at one point and people were walking outside her window, and then all of a sudden they're walking in her house, and you're wondering the whole time: is this mother really going crazy? Is that really the problem, or is she really seeing stuff? You don't know what's real, what's not. My wife and I watched it. My son came in and started watching it. He got hooked on it. I thought it was really good beginning. And then probably the last 2/3 until about the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes was okay. It lost me, man. It was just
Yeah,
one
same.
different stories. And you're like, I mean,
It fell on its face. I mean,
yeah.
it really just did.
At one point, I think in the movie, the one where the little boy says he was scared about his brother, or he wanted to shut his door because his brother was walking around through the house. I mean, that stuff like that was pretty scary to me, and it just like it felt. I don't know. It's like I don't know. I can't even explain it. I don't know. I think maybe I had my hopes up too much that it was going to be a really good movie, and then I was like, the next thing you know, my wife's over here watching her phone. She was into it too. And then she's like, she got bored with it.
I would say the acting wasn't that great in this movie, tell you the truth. I don't think it was.
The mother of the father, the grandmother in the movie, was a horrible actress. I don't mean to be mean. She was just awful.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't think the acting overall was that great. I did like some of the stuff that the medium was doing in the movie. I thought that was all right. But this movie just started to give me hardcore Poltergeist vibes, man.
They copied Poltergeist. The only thing that
Yes.
didn't come in was the little old lady. Be talking like this, sometimes.
Well, they had an old lady come in. She just didn't talk like that.
Yeah, she wasn't short and round, and
right.
I mean, and even the two guys. There's two guys that come in who are kind of clowny guys. They're all right, but even them, that reminded me of the two guys that came in Poltergeist. It's like they copied that script.
Yeah, it definitely borrowed a lot from Poltergeist. I had that right here. And actually, I watched this with my wife, and she was like, "Dude, this is like Poltergeist," and I was like, "Whoa!" She said it before me, but I was already thinking it, and it is. It borrows a lot from Poltergeist, like the themes and different things for sure, which isn't bad necessarily because that is a good movie, but definitely this ain't a good movie like Poltergeist. So yeah, I got bored with it personally. This is a movie, in my opinion, that way overused jump scares. The first couple were good. After that, they went to the well so many times, Mike. They weren't even affecting Michelle. She said, "This is stupid." I said, "I know." I said, "This is what Mike likes, though. He likes all of it."
I like those jump scares.
Wait, when there's like 30 of them in a movie, you still like them, Mike?
I got bored with it after about the point where the little boy had blood on his sheets where a handprint was on it, and they was talking about him walking through the house. That after that, it didn't grab me anymore. It lost me.
I think it was a cool idea to have like the place called The Further. I kind of like that. I like the name of it. It sounds neat. This movie did have a twist ending, Mike. If so at the end, the father had to use astral projection to go find the son in the further. He does on his way back. And if you didn't know, they give you backstory about how he had a demon follow him or an entity or whatever. And so that's what haunted him, but he forgot about it somehow. I don't know. And on the way back, this entity was still after him in the further. And then he comes back and everything's okay. And you think everything's fine. Then all of a sudden, he starts choking that medium, kills this lady. And I'm like, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, you realize the medium took a picture of him. And this lady, and he started choking her. And then he realized the lady his wife picks up the camera. And it's actually the entity is in the father. And so that's the trick. And then that's how it ends. So you don't know how it's, you don't. And then To be honest, guys, we were going to cover Insidious 2 next week. We decided to cut those plans. I'm not. I mean, Mike, he was a soldier and went on and
I'm a
watched
trooper. I tried to watch it, and it sucked even worse than the first one did.
So I said, "The heck with it! I ain't watching it." So I don't know if we're going to be covering any more Insidious movies on this channel.
No, there's way too many other movies to check out.
That's right. So, and the reason why we did
this may make our top 5 all-time franchises that's had more than 4 or 5 movies is one of the worst ones. I don't know.
To be fair, we both know a guy. His name's Gregory.
Greg liked it.
He watched all of them and then went and seen the new one and enjoyed all of them. So I'm not saying there's no redeeming quality. Some people enjoy them. But for me and Mike, we can agree on this. We don't agree on some things in horror movies. Nope. But on this, we agree.
We agree.
It's horrible. So what's the rating you give it, Mike? I would say this. I would say, how many furthers are you giving it, Mike?
I'm gonna give it 2. I may just go with 2. I'm giving it 2 further dimensions out.
Okay, Mike.
On a scale of to 5, it's a 2.
I don't know if this is my lowest rating ever. I can't remember. I know I rated. I don't know, but my rating is a 1.7, Mike rating. 1.7 further.
Whoa.
Because I really disdain this movie that much because I couldn't even almost appreciate the good stuff at the beginning because of how much the movie took me out. Honestly, it just did. So
this is going to be one of those that we probably get a lot of chatter back and forth from people that do take the time to watch this 11, 12-minute video. Tell us what you like about it. Because like I said, I don't know, for some reason, us individually watched this and then talked to each other later, and we both felt the same thing. So
yeah,
tell us what you do like about it. I mean, I do think the beginning was really strong. The very last 5 to 10 minutes was okay. That last middle part of it just stunk, in my opinion. I just couldn't get with it.
It dragged the whole movie down for me. It ruined the beginning of the movie. The strong stuff, it totally ruined it for me. So, yeah. All right,
so please like, comment, subscribe. Down here below, we've got the Real Dead horror community you can join. And also sub to our channel, man. It don't cost you a dime. And we love talking about horror movies, doing trailer reviews, collectibles. Anything else, Josh?
That's it.
All right. Y'all have a good one. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you. See you guys.